According to the claims of the White House and the Department of Defense of the United States, the U.S. defense expenditure in 2026 will increase to $1 trillion. It should be noted that in 2025, the U.S. defense budget accounted for 12% of the federal fiscal expenditure. In the same period, Russia's defense expenditure accounted for 4% and China's accounted for 2%. Now the United States is continuing to increase its military expenditure for 2026. What on earth is it going to do by spending so much money? Why has it suddenly increased to $1 trillion? After the trade war is over, is it going to start a hot war? But it doesn't make sense logically. Currently, the United States is bullying other countries around the world, and coupled with the economic downturn, it should actually cut its military expenditure. Therefore, I think that the United States is probably going to stir up some trouble again, or perhaps the United States is no longer confident and no longer believes that it has the most powerful military force on this planet. With the decline of its national strength and the rise of Russia and China, if there is a war, the United States is not sure of victory. Therefore, the United States is eager to increase its defense budget to $1 trillion. So today, let's talk about where exactly the United States will spend this $1 trillion. First of all, the Navy needs to carry out urgent renewal and upgrading. The Burke-class destroyers have been in use for several decades. To be honest, they are no longer advanced. They are too old and still equipped with the old-fashioned fishbone-style radar used in the past. Nowadays, even the Houthi armed forces can use drones to attack them. Right? A few days ago, Russia has already announced that it will allocate $100 billion for the upgrade of its warships. As for China's warships, such as the Type 055 and Type 052D, etc., they have already been equipped with dual-band active phased array radars. As for the United States, due to its arms race with China, its control over rare earth resources has been restricted. Now, high-tech products like active phased array radars are almost like luxury goods. That's why American warships in the Red Sea are often sneak attacked by the Houthi armed forces, and there have been several news reports of them being hit. If I'm not mistaken, it's because the radars of these warships are not up to par. So the U.S. Navy is in a hurry and starts asking for more money. The Burke-class destroyers have been upgraded and modified to the point where they are almost unrecognizable. Now, at least a new type of warship that is suitable for modern naval warfare needs to be redesigned. There are also aircraft carriers. Only 5 of them can carry out normal missions. The others are either under frequent maintenance or docked in ports. Moreover, more than half of them have reached the retirement age. For example, the Nimitz-class nuclear-powered aircraft carrier is due to retire this year. However, the aircraft carriers the United States has at present are simply not enough for its needs. So it has postponed the retirement of one of them by a year and urgently dispatched it to the Asia-Pacific region. Then there is the aspect of nuclear submarines. As for the strategic nuclear submarines of the United States, the Ohio-class has been in service for more than half a century. You can see that they are all outdated equipment and really should have been replaced long ago. Look at Russia's Boryai-class nuclear submarines. Right? They are being launched one after another. Whether it's the quieting performance or the strike capability, they are surely much stronger than the Ohio-class. After all, these are newly built submarines, and they all employ the latest technologies. Then look at China's Type 096 submarine. It adopts the shaftless pump jet propulsion technology, which endows it with extremely strong quieting performance. This is because it has eliminated the traditional propeller shaft, thus getting rid of the noise caused by resonance. Therefore, I think there is a very high probability that the United States intends to invest a huge amount of money in the construction of aircraft carriers, warships, and submarines. Then there is the aspect of the Air Force. Currently, the United States only maintains a leading position in terms of the quantity of fighter jets. However, in terms of the performance of the aircraft, the United States is truly falling behind. It's bad enough that the fighter jets are too old. Recently, it has also been revealed that there was fraud in the parameter performance. In addition, China has suddenly conducted the test flights of 2 sixth-generation aircraft at once. The United States was indeed caught off guard and stimulated by this, which can be seen from the urgent late-night meeting held by the Pentagon. Moreover, it is very likely that China's J-50 is developed for the Navy as a new type of carrier-based aircraft, leaving the United States far behind all of a sudden. The United States is still using the F-35. Without my elaboration, I believe everyone knows its shortcomings. There have been countless cases of it crashing, and it has even been criticized by Musk in a post. So, how can the United States not increase its budget? Originally, the United States was extremely advanced in science and technology. But somehow, now it has been caught up with or even surpassed by China in the field of advanced fighter jets. The United States must feel unbalanced about this, right? Finally, let's talk about the Army. I'll just mention one key point. The United States previously signed a missile treaty with Russia, which stipulates that neither side will develop certain types of missiles. Whether this treaty will be adhered to or not, we are all adults. Anyway, in my opinion, as long as it's not seen by the other side, it's considered keeping the promise. However, the problem is that China was very weak at that time, and when the United States and Russia signed this treaty, they didn't take China into consideration. So China has become the world leader in this field. For example, the well-known Waverider hypersonic missiles, such as the Dongfeng 21, Dongfeng 26, and so on. Here, please don't argue pointlessly. It is undeniable that the United States indeed has powerful military technology. However, it is also a fact that the United States does not have hypersonic missiles in service. As for the joint statement made by the United States and Japan some time ago that they successfully test-fired a hypersonic missile, it was just a test firing, not a deployment in service, which means it is still in the research and development stage. So now the United States also wants to put more effort in this field. Then some people can't help but wonder why the military technology of the United States has been stagnant for decades even though its military expenditure was far higher than that of other countries before. It's very simple. Everyone takes a share. A bag of screws costs $90,000, a sheep costs $1 million, and a bottle of mineral water costs $100. You see, in this way, the money is all used up.